Hi everyone, it's Dan here from bedroomstylereviews.com and I'd like to welcome you to my review of this DreamCloud hybrid mattress. So I've been sleeping on the DreamCloud now for 30 nights continuously and I'm at the stage where the break-in period has passed, so I can tell you now how the mattress performs, how it feels, who should buy it and who should potentially avoid it. So one key piece of information before we jump in that I need to tell you is that I'm reviewing the 10-inch version of this mattress, and that's the version you'll get if you order it from the UK. Now if you order the DreamCloud hybrid from the US, you'll get the 14-inch version. So what that really means is the 14-inch is just going to have better support and more pressure relief, so it's only more benefits. So that's a key difference to keep in mind. Now before we jump into the main review, if you click on the link in the description below, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you can go and see my full written review on bedroomstylereviews.com. It's much more in depth, and there's also discounts on there as well. So if you do want to buy this mattress, then if you buy through the buttons and links on that page, then you'll save $200. Okay, so let's jump into the review now, where I'm going to show you inside the mattress. Here you can see that I've cut away the cover of the DreamCloud mattress so you can see what's inside. Now the cover is not removable, so there's no zip. You can't remove the outer casing at all. So this DreamCloud mattress, the UK version, like I said earlier, is 10 inches thick, so this is a 10-inch profile. If you go for the US one, there'll be an extra 4 inches on that, so you'll be getting the 14-inch version. And the difference with the 14 inches is that you get more springs and more foam as well. So like I said, that's only going to confirm more benefits. But in the case of the 10-inch, what you've got here on top is the cooling cloud cover. So this is made from polyfoam. Now the US version will be made of cotton and wool, but essentially the outcome is the same. You get a cover that's cooling, it allows the air to flow through because it's got a honeycomb structure here, and it also helps to wick away moisture, which is going to keep you dry. Now beneath that, in this UK version, you'll find 1.5 inches of adaptive memory foam. So if you're not familiar with memory foam, basically when something comes into contact with it, it wraps around that structure. So in this case, it's your body, so it will wrap around, and that helps to alleviate pressure. And as you can see, it takes a while for it to respond, so it takes a little while for it to go back to its shape. That's a positive and a benefit. The positive is that it helps to alleviate pressure, so if you're putting angular things on the mattress like your elbows, your rib cage, your knees, hips, then it's going to dissipate the pressure and it's going to be more comfortable than a spring mattress. The downside is that generally memory foam tends to be harder to move around in, and that's because of this slow response. Now in the case of the DreamCloud, that's not really an issue because you can't really tell, but this cover is very responsive. It's got a lot of pushback to it, and that's because this is a medium firm mattress. So medium firm means that it's slightly firmer than the average, which is medium, and that means that it doesn't feel like you're sleeping on a board, but also it's not super soft. So if you take a look at the Puffy Luxe hybrid, the video is linked in the top, you'll see the exact opposite of this, where this layer is super adaptive and super sinks in, and it takes a long time for it to regain its shape. So that's the contrast. Now I'll come to that later on when I talk about sleeping positions. So beneath the memory foam here, you've got polyfoam. So the polyfoam is faster response. So if you can see there, it does spring back more than what the memory foam does. So the point of this is the transition layer, and what that means is that whilst the memory foam takes away the pressure, the transition foam is there to stop you sinking in too far. So it's going to give some buoyancy to the mattress. So you've got pressure relief here, and then you've got responsiveness at either side from the cover and from the polyfoam. So that really means that you can move around in the mattress a lot. You're not going to feel stuck. You're not going to feel like you're sinking in. Now that is compounded even more by the springs underneath. So these aren't regular springs. What they are pocket coils, and that means that the coils themselves are individually wrapped. Now that's beneficial because it means that the springs adapt one by one to your body weight. So rather than say a traditional spring mattress where it's Benel coils that are all linked together, these will adapt one by one rather than a unit. Now this is also beneficial if you sleep as a couple, because as you tend to move around, the shock waves in a normal spring mattress, you would feel them, and you would also hear the springs ping around, which is super annoying. And you don't get this with the DreamCloud because these coils, like I said, are individually encased, so the movement tends to die off in between. So that's really important in this hybrid mattress because it's so responsive, that when you turn over, you do need the foam and the springs to help dissipate the pressure. Okay, so that's a look inside the mattress. Now I want to show you a bit of a responsive test. So I've already shown you how responsive this foam is, but I want to put it into a real world context. So I'm just going to put you a 5 kilo weight on the top. Now 5 kilos isn't a lot, but if you contrast this with the Puffy Lux Hybrid, where the 5 kilo weight sinks straight in, you'll see that nothing really happens. And if I go and put my full body weight on this, although it compresses, it doesn't compress a lot. So what that means is there's a lot of pushback to the mattress, so that's really good for support, and it's also really good for mobility. So that's good for combination sleepers. So if you're the kind of sleeper that switches positions over in the night a lot, then you're not going to feel bogged down, like I said earlier, like you might do with a memory foam mattress. Now I'm going to show you the motion isolation test. Now motion isolation means how well the mattress absorbs movement, and that's important because a mattress with good motion isolation will dampen the movements of anyone else moving around on the mattress. So that's really important if you sleep as a couple, because you don't want to be waking each other up as you get in and out of bed, switch positions, and if you are restless sleepers. So to test this, I'm going to first of all drop a 5 kilo weight from 1 foot in height, and you'll see how the glass of water here reacts, and then I'm going to get on the bed and show you again how the water reacts. So dropping the 5 kilo weight from 1 foot in height, as you can see the water moves a little bit, so that's the motion going through the mattress, and you can see that the springs and the foam there are working very well to dampen the movements. Sitting on the edge of the bed, getting onto the bed, turning over, and again. I've tested a lot of mattresses, and I would say that the DreamCloud's motion isolation is quite good. Now, it's not the best. The best I would say is the Puffy Lux Hybrid, and if you check out my review, which is linked above in the video, you can see how the glass doesn't move at all, and it's really exceptional for restless sleepers and couples that want zero movements to be transferred through the mattress. But having said that, I'd still say that the DreamCloud is good at isolating movement, so it's totally fine for couples and all but the most restless of sleepers. Up next is the edge support test. Now, edge support is exactly as it sounds. It's how much support you get when you are on the edge of the bed. Now, edge support is important if you tend to sleep close to the edge of the bed, because you don't want to feel like you're rolling out, and also when you're sitting on the edge of the bed, you don't want to slip off. So I'm just going to sit on the mattress, and you can see that I don't sink in that much at all, and you can see that it is quite bouncy as well. So getting onto the mattress itself, this is the profile, if you can see. So I do sink in a little bit, but if you're an edge sleeper, you'll be able to hug the edge of the bed here, and I don't feel like I'm going to roll out. So I would say the edge support for the DreamCloud is very, very good. In fact, it's probably one of the best that I've seen so far. Alright, so now I want to talk to you about sleeping position suitability. So the main sleeping positions are front sleeping, back sleeping, and side sleeping. There's also combination sleeping, where you tend to switch through the position, so I'm going to talk about that as well. So back sleepers, I would say the back sleeping position is the best for the DreamCloud because of the spring support and the buoyancy of the mattress as a whole. It means that you're kept well supported. So unless you are under 130 pounds, then I would say that you're going to get really good pressure relief. And this is even suitable for heavier weighted back sleepers in excess of 230 pounds. Now, flipping over to my front, I feel that I'm well supported in the hips here. So on a softer mattress, you might sink in and feel pain here. And I've not been able to sleep on my front for a really long time because I've got back pain and shoulder pain, and to be honest, I can sleep on my front in this quite comfortably, and that's because, again, the springs and the foam combine together to give good support and also a reasonable amount of pressure relief. Now, onto the side sleeping position, and I would say that this is probably the position that's going to cause the most amount of problems. Now, generally speaking, if you're above 130 pounds, I would say that you will probably be okay in this mattress, but lighter weighted side sleepers may find that in the side sleeping position, because this mattress is more buoyant and firmer, then it doesn't quite have the same amount of pressure relief. By comparison, if you look at the Puffy Lux Hybrid, the pressure relief is exceptional, and it's probably one of the strong points. Now, for me personally, I mean, I weigh about 180 pounds, I'm 5'8", so not super heavy, not super light, and I'm not uncomfortable, but I do have shoulder pain from boxing and lifting weights, and I did find that it would get a little bit uncomfortable here at certain times in the night, but it's not super bad. So I would say that for most side sleepers, the DreamCloud is going to be okay. But if this is really your dominant sleeping position and you are on the lighter side, I would say go and check out the Puffy Lux Hybrid, and you can do that by clicking the link at the top of the video or the link in the description below. Now, combination sleepers who tend to shuffle around, so you might be on your front one moment and you might be on your side and then you might be on your back. Well, I'd say it's excellent for combination sleepers because, as you can see, the mattress is pretty bouncy, so I can change around like this, I can jump around, and the buoyancy of the mattress, the springs, the foam, it all combines to make sure that I don't get stuck in the materials. I just want to talk you through some of the pros and cons, and these are based on my experience of sleeping in the mattress and some of the research I've done. So for me, the biggest pro of this mattress is that it's a very supportive mattress. So right from the centre all the way up to the edge, the coils, the foam and the medium firmness combine to make sure that you are kept in good posture regardless of your sleeping position. I would say this is true even for heavier weighted sleepers over 230 pounds, and of course lighter and average weight sleepers are also going to be kept in good posture. Now, the second pro, in my opinion, is that this is a very responsive mattress, so as you've seen in the tests, you can switch positions easily, which is great if you're a combination sleeper, and it means that you're not going to get stuck in the materials as you move. Now, just because it is a responsive mattress doesn't mean that it transfers motion too readily. So if you sleep as a couple, I do feel that the springs do a good job in combination with the foam to isolate the movement so that you're not going to be disturbing each other unless you are really, really restless at night. Now, the next pro is that this is a fiberglass free mattress. So if you're unaware of the issue with fiberglass inside mattresses, then basically the upshot is that some of the mattress manufacturers will try to cut corners and use fiberglass in the fire barrier inside. Now, this is good for them because it's cheap, but it's bad for us as consumers because if this fiberglass escapes, which it has done in many occasions, it can cause irritation of your skin, allergic reactions, and it can also even contaminate your home in some cases. Fiberglass has got out of the mattress, it's got into the air cooling system, it's been transferred around the house, and it's cost thousands of dollars to have it professionally removed. And there was one instance where somebody even had to move out of the home. So there is an article on my website. If you just go to bedroomstylereviews.com, type in the search bar fiberglass, you'll see the articles on there where I discuss that in more detail. So the upshot is that the DreamCloud is fiberglass free. I know this because in addition to speaking to customer support who said it's fiberglass free, when I cut the mattress open, I didn't see any fiberglass, and also on the label that itemizes all of the contents, there's nothing on there that says it's fiberglass or anything that could be construed as fiberglass, such as glass fiber or however they tend to word it. So if you're looking for a fiberglass free mattress, I definitely recommend the DreamCloud. Now, the next pro is that this is a very cooling mattress. So I tend to sleep hot, and when I slept in this mattress, I didn't feel myself overheating. Quite the contrary, because I didn't sink so far into the materials, I felt as though I could move around and the air could circulate and the heat could dissipate. And also the cover here does a really good job of wicking away moisture. So if you tend to sleep hot for whatever reason, naturally or due to medications, medical conditions, that sort of thing, I think you're going to be just fine in the DreamCloud. Now, looking at a few cons, I think the only thing that really, in my opinion, lets the DreamCloud down is there could be a little bit more foam in there for pressure relief. Now, that's in the case of the 10-inch version. In the 14-inch version that you get in America, there is more foam, so I do feel that that has been addressed in that model. But personally for me, I think that if you are buying the UK version and you're a side sleeper that's under 130 pounds, it might just be a touch on the firm side, in which case Puffy-Lux Hybrid is probably going to be the one for you. And the only other thing about this DreamCloud is that the cover can't be removed, so there's no zip that allows you to take the cover off and wash it. So what I would recommend is that you get a mattress protector. That's exactly what I did when I ordered this. I ordered it in the bundle and they gave me a mattress protector as well. So I put this on top. Any spills or anything like that, it's not soaking through to the material, it's just going into the protector. But I also recommend a good fitted sheet as well, so that's going to protect the mattress as well. Now I just want to talk you through who I personally think should buy the DreamCloud mattress and who should potentially look at some alternatives. So I would say the best sleeping positions for the DreamCloud Hybrid mattress are front sleeping, back sleeping and combination sleeping, and that's because of the support and the responsiveness that we've already talked about, that allows you to stay in good posture and switch positions easily without getting stuck in the materials. However, I would also say that if you are a warmer sleeper or you weigh over 230 pounds, you're a heavier weighted sleeper, DreamCloud's going to be just fine again because of the support and the cooling capabilities of the cover and the ability of the air to flow through the springs and dissipate heat. Now, although this is a responsive mattress, I'm still going to recommend it for couples because it does isolate movement quite well and the mattress is basically silent. So if you are fall into any of those categories, you know, I think you're going to be just fine in the DreamCloud. Now, if you're a side sleeper, I would say that average weighted, so above 130 pounds, the heavier weighted side sleepers, you're probably going to be just fine in this mattress unless you're very sensitive to pressure. And I would say that the only group of people that should potentially look elsewhere is side sleepers under 130 pounds, and that's because you will probably find it to be a little bit too firm. Now, that's the 10-inch version that you buy in the UK. If you're in the US, then the 14-inch version, you may find that it's just fine because there's more foam, so that means more pressure relief, and you may not feel the same discomfort that you might feel in the thinner version. But again, that's not cut and dried. Some people might be absolutely fine, but if it is an area of concern, then I would instead recommend the Puffy-Lux Hybrid mattress because yes, it's still got springs for the support, but the upper comfort layer is much more adaptive and it allows you to sink in, so it's going to dissipate the pressure, and that's great news if you are a lighter weighted sleeper. Now, if you've decided that the DreamCloud Hybrid mattress is for you, what you should do now is click the link in the description below that takes you to the written review on my website, bedroomstarreviews.com, and if you buy from there through the buttons, through the links, then you'll get $200 off, so that's going to save you a bit of money. Okay, so that's it for the review. If you want to stay up to date with more reviews, we're going to be doing more mattresses, bed sheets, mattress protectors, the rest of it, then subscribe and also hit the like button before you go.